Welcome to this series of short videos looking at the functionality of LANSA BI. In this video, we'll be looking at how to create a report. To view the existing reports, I simply go to the menu option, select Browse and Reports, and I can view all the reports that I'm currently authorized to. If I need to create a report, I go to the top right, the floating action button, click on that, and the second option down is Report. This brings up a dialog that details the views that are available. A view essentially is a data model, a view over a specific set of data that I can use to build my report over. And you can have different views for different departments. You can have different views for different users. So in this case, I have a number of local views that are over local database, SQL, and I have some remote views which are over DB2400 database, and that's the one I'm going to use for this particular video. So in this case, it's the LTC, the LANSA Tool Company, IBMI sales. I'm going to select that. So this opens up my canvas. This is where I'm going to be creating my report. And to create that report, I go to the left-hand side where I have dimensions. These are the things that are going to be measured. And I have metrics, which are the actual measurements. So to create a simple report, I can just quickly grab one of the fields, one of the dimensions, the US state, and let's grab the order total. You'll notice instantly it's gone to sum. So it's adding all the values up for that particular state. And we have a number of different aggregation functionality available to us. But I'm going to leave it as it is. You'll also notice that as I mouse over this, the icon changes. And that's because I've got this set up to allow me to drill down. So I can drill down on the state, drill down on the city, and I can even drill down on the company to see all the orders for that specific company. And you can see that reflected in the dimensions here in the hierarchy that you see specified here: the state, the city, the custom name, and the order number. And this is set up in the data view. And I'll show you how we set that up in a later video. Let's go back to the start here. What I'll do is I'm just going to remove that. I don't want state anymore. What I'm going to do is use the customer. I'm going to drag and drop the customer on there. So now we have the customer name and we have the order total. Now, if I wanted to represent that in a graphical state, I'll just go to my my charts option. And again, I can just drag and drop these on. So on the horizontal axes, I'm going to have customer name. And on the vertical axes, I'm going to have the sum order total. Now, LANSA BI has made an educated guess on the type of chart that I want to use, but I can override that and I can select a specific chart type. And here you see on the slide-in menu options the different types of charts and visualizations that I can use for the actual data. We're just going to leave it as the default for now. I can change the color. I'm going to base that on the customer name. And I'm actually going to get rid of the actual legend. Just say none to that one. And close that down. Now I want to also put a filter on this. I want to filter by the customer. So I'm going to go back to my data, grab the customer name and just drag and drop it onto the filter there. So that now has activated a filter. Now, if I want to see what that filter is, I can just select this icon on the right-hand side, bring in the filter, and do a search. This is then searching for all the customers for the LANSA Tool Company. And then I can select a number of different ones. So let's have a look, see what we've got. Let's have ACE. Let's have LANSA, Mart, and we'll have and I apply that. Once I apply it, we'll then see just the information for those specific companies. If I go back to my chart, you'll see that the chart has actually been modified as well. And again, I can change that at this point here, and I can say, well, actually, let's add another company for that one. Let's add Acme. Apply that. Once I'm happy with that, then what I can do is that I can go into design. So I can decide, do I want to see the chart and the table, or do I just want to see the chart? And I can do some organization for that one. I'm happy with this. I'm just going to go and publish. In fact, I'm going to take the table off. I don't want to see the table for this. I just want to see the chart. I'm now going to publish. So this will make the report generally available. I can give the report a name, my demo report. I can even set up a broadcast. So when it's run, I can set up who is actually going to be receiving this specific report. I can even send emails with the report as an attachment. I'm just going to leave it as it is at the moment, and I'm going to go save. So now this report becomes generally available. If I want to share it further, I've got this option here. So once I've done that, I can say, well, actually, I want to distribute it. So I want to distribute it to everybody who's a member of the administrators group, or I can send it as a link in an email. Or if I'm doing my own development, and I'll show you again in a later video how we integrate with Visual LANSA, our development tool, we can embed the report or even link directly to it. So there's different ways that we can actually share that particular report. So that is how we can very quickly create reports using LANSA BI.